Hello and welcome back to another episode of King Arthur. The Endgame is here. My name's Syken. This is the blind playthrough on the Endgame, on the hardest difficulty, I should say. And it's time to give our party number one, the Prime Party, a spin. It's time to meet the Usurper. People claim that Galahad used to be a brave knight. No, Galahad used to be a brave knight, but it might even be true. Still, when his liege lord died in the storm, his former deeds didn't deter from him. Moving to the castle put everyone to the sword, and now he's happily pillaging the local villages. He needs a harsh lesson about the ways of being a knight. And I think that's the follow-up quest to the Red Knight. So we're fighting brigands, and we're bringing our best party. Let's see how well we will do against enemies that have just tons and tons and tons of hit points. We do have control, quite a bit actually, but maybe not to the same
You seem
level
to expect me to
as,
solve all your
say,
problems with my magic, but it doesn't work that way.
the Frost Party. So, speeding up the game. Very good. And now we're already seeing 240 hit points here. No dialogues, nothing, which tells you the game developers, this is really kind of a skeleton crew, but that's fine. I mean, it's a free update, and to my understanding, they do those seasonal things every year or two, which is great, so you always get a bit of a different end game. We do have Mordred in the potential front line, and a couple of really, really well-armed knights. These guys come in 500 hit points, 40 armor, hit for 30, so they're not joking
What's it
around.
gonna be?
We got fog, however, now, so lo and behold, no one needs to be afraid. Merlin starts with just dishing out some good old ass kicking.
Your command.
Do a bit of this. Do a lot of that, give you some of this, move into full cover, I mean, we got Ray of Light, before we do anything,
Your
let's
command?
just wait.
Kneel before your king.
Mordred moves up, minimizes the threat. 1, 2, 3. Shocks all of them. Stuns this guy.
None can
Hilarious.
stand in
How many
my
more
way.
casts? 10. Yeah, that's okay. Whilst we're at it, you just attack your friend.
Sword or sorcery?
Balin very casually. Just ends his turn here. No Overwatch, simply ending.
I fight for honor.
I will say, for the sake of this, you need to walk around. So we are actually okay. So normal burning is already around 80 points of
What
damage.
do you want from
Look
me?
at Merlin's impact here.
I fight for honor.
That's a double kill.
I can take
Mordred
them all.
just goes kindly away.
Time to feed the ravens.
Bit of that.
Your orders?
And can
Your
we,
orders?
maybe, just maybe,
Let's see if I could help.
dish
At
out
your
some more
service, my
damage?
lord.
You know, I mean, we can do a bit of that, right?
Your command?
3
You
more spell
must be
casts.
really
Okay, well, that's
desperate.
easy enough.
I fight
One.
for honor.
2, 3.
I fight for honor.
1,000 points of damage.
Fought with honor, brothers.
Okay, there was a part in me, a small part within Psyken, that thought, you know what? Maybe the whole frost thing is better
Even
than
though
just
I have lived
completely
countless lives,
annihilating
I can't
stuff.
remember any of them clearly.
That part of
is the
Psyken was
price I
dead
must
wrong,
pay.
because that was such a
Take a
power
look at
demonstration,
this.
such a power move.
What a pleasant surprise, I think.
Nice. So that's the very first map. I remember it. This is where Kay and Mordred reconciled their little differences, and we got the start of a beautiful, beautiful storyline. Okay, so this might be a bit more challenging because
Let's see if I
for
could
once
help.
we don't have the means to just ignore them. This guy will definitely go for his friend. He will slow down.
Your command.
What's it gonna be?
Merlin goes to here.
For king and country.
A little bit of that.
For king and country.
A free cast. Ooh, and I can
None
already
can
see this is
stand
going
in
to be
my
great.
way.
1, 2, 3. Charge in. And Mordred
Your
brings
command?
him to the ground. Gotta be careful. I don't want to receive too much trouble here. I think we're just going here and we are saving AP.
Time to feed the ravens.
More weapon damage, more everything for next turn.
Your orders.
Bit of this. Then I think we're giving ourselves this.
For king and country.
None can stand in my way.
Let's drop a doozy here. Okay. Couple of distractions.
Your orders?
That's a double kill. And an extra slash into another kill. Interesting.
For Camelot.
For my Camelot.
Stun him.
I fight for honor.
Balin just needs to keep the pain train going. I should have put Rampage on.
None can stand in my way.
Your orders.
Teleports to here. Hits them. And we didn't have anyone burning, so that really didn't work out so well.
For my Camelot.
Look at the armor penetration that we're
Prepare to
having.
die.
A couple of hits and this guy
For
is
king
completely
and
out,
country.
right?
Your command.
I fight for honor.
Do you need any wise
1,
words?
2, 3.
For king and country.
Hit. Pulverize.
We stood our ground proudly.
This group is OP. I see this here more as a kind of fun exercise with that group. If
I
anything,
see something here.
this shows me I cannot use that group too often because it trivializes even the endgame stuff.
I could be of some help, I suppose.
Good. What are we going to do? That's 2. One, 2, 3. I think that's a decent
None can
start.
stand in my way.
Do this. Do that. A little bit of this. Seal this off.
Your
Now we need to
orders?
kill someone.
You must be really desperate.
Put a couple of decoys up. You attack a friend and not the main targets. We are on top of that. Hitting you.
Prepare to
Good,
die.
he's definitely
king and
ready
country.
to get killed. The Earth Ball I would have thought is a little bit stronger, but turns out it's not the case. Uh-oh, well. We're moving into cover. That's a good hit. That would be a good hit. That's also not a bad hit, actually. Blind him. And... What? How much damage was that?
I could be of some help, I suppose.
At your service, my lord.
Almost a kill, but almost a kill's
I
not
fight
quite
for
one.
honor.
What do you want?
How many more spells until 15? Okay, well, that's actually a bit more than I thought. He burns. Slow him down.
Time to feed the ravens.
Can he be stunned? Likely yes. Okay. Good hit. And Mordred takes
Your
front
orders?
line.
Charge.
1. 2.
For king and country.
Teleport. Hit.
For king and country.
Not
Your
a kill.
orders?
What's it gonna be?
I can take them all.
At your service, my lord.
Kneel before your king.
Okay.
Your orders?
Now we're starting to talk.
At your service, my lord.
Keep fighting.
For honor.
Time for the very first time that fog is in action.
I
Nice
can
AoE
take
damage.
them all.
And we're good.
For king and country.
What do you want?
Good. 6 more spells. Which means this here is a kill.
I
And
fight for
the
honor.
other guys
Your
likely
orders?
will follow. Kill, kill. Maybe I can
take them
squeeze out one more. Let's remove his stupid armor.
At your service, my lord.
Sword or sorcery?
For honor.
For king and country.
And that's another hit, and they both will die to burning.
We fought with honor, brothers.
Strange.
Yeah, the ball spell I thought would be super
all
good
could use
because
some rest.
Dalen is continuously killing
Sometimes I
stuff,
live
but
outside
that's
the confines of time.
not
It's both a
really that
blessing
helpful.
and a curse.
Which kind of opens up the ring slot, I suppose. Yes, teleportation, like straight up teleportation, is a fantastic skill.
So far, Avalon has been a place for grand...
I see an altar.
Wait. We get more of the Eclipse shards. They are very valuable.
Look, Mordred, don't believe everything you hear.
So, where was I? Tangentially,
I fight for honor.
I think that the ring for Balin is an okay setup. I don't think
do you
it's
want?
horrible. I don't think it's horrible at all. However, I will say other rings might be even better.
Your orders?
Kneel before your king.
1, 2, 3.
I fight for honor.
Good. Prevent this guy from coming in, so he will need to go
Sword or
through
sorcery?
here. Moves to here, just we're making sure that nothing is going to happen.
At your service, my lord.
Mordred gets a tiny little buff right there. And
What do you want?
I think Merlin can finally hit stuff. How many more spells? 6. There should be a kill for both. And I'm just cycling through
Your
spells
orders?
here.
At your service, my lord.
Not quite a kill. I'm missing the death hex to set up Balin more effectively.
Oh,
Let's see if I could help.
Stuns this
I
guy
fight for
so that
honor.
we can walk into the back.
Let me cut you to size. Taste my blade.
Okay, how many... Wait. How many more? 3
For
spells.
king and country.
Let's not do that this turn
Sword
then.
or
But
sorcery?
we're waiting until next turn. Because that... Merlin gets off another burning spell.
You think I
And those
can't
600
fight?
hit point targets here look just like the ones that we want to hit. Wow.
None can stand in
1,200
my
points
way.
of damage.
for king and country.
One hit. Okay, well,
None can stand in my
I
way.
need to
Prepare to die.
set this guy here up
Your orders?
so that this here
For Avalon.
Will give us cooldown reduction and so on. Fantastic.
I fight for honor. For honor!
Teleports over here. More weapon damage. And let's blind this guy just for good measure.
What's it gonna be?
Your command?
Okay. Enter.
Keep fighting.
Your head is mine.
At your service, my lord.
Sword or sorcery?
1, 2, 3.
Your orders?
I can take them all.
Here's where Flurry
I
would
fight
come
for
in.
honor.
Plenty useful.
Time to feed the ravens.
I fight for
Plenty of
honor.
spell casts, but nothing really out of the ordinary. Can't fully get to them. End turn.
For king and country.
Well, it could have been worse.
The loot is not great, but the fight was a lot of fun.
A play.
Entering the battle from here, and this kind of looks like an like a Royal Rumble.
For king and country.
I fight for honor.
You think I can't fight?
All right, well done. Let's begin. I think
What's it
Merlin,
gonna
you
be?
can fight very well indeed.
Time to feed the ravens.
Good. Buff. 10 hit
For my
points.
Camelot.
Charge into.
At your service, my lord.
This guy could come
What
a
do you
bit
want?
closer. I don't want that. Now it's better.
Your orders?
Also don't want... Well, this side is actually only ranged characters.
At your service, my lord.
But that means they all need to kind of move around.
Sword or sorcery?
These two will die
command?
regardless, which is okay. And I think
I can take them all.
stunning one more and then ending it is a good start. 14 more spells.
What's it gonna be?
It's potentially a bit too much in order to really kill them with that. But this is nonetheless not going to prevent Merlin from casting a couple of 6 spells. Like it. Ranged characters
At your service, my lord.
are nicely
Kneel
getting
before
blinded.
your king.
Hit. That ball for 1 is a good start. We're definitely going to defensive stance. Moves forward. Triple.
Time to feed the ravens. None can stand in my way.
Hang in there.
Good. Well, we're just going to wait
You think
here,
I
I
can't
suppose.
fight?
At your service, my lord.
Merlin moves up. Genevieve moves up. And we're done.
Hang in there.
Haven't even restocked armor. This is just to get
For
all of them
Camelot.
low, plus to regain our temp hit points.
At your service, my
Let's do
lord.
this into that, into, of course,
Your orders? Charge.
that.
I can take them all.
Your command?
Full defensive stance. Oh, wait, he's already dead. Okay, never mind.
This has brought back some memories.
80 burn, that's crazy. I think we're just going to
Nothing like a good
recover
sleep.
armor. That's fair.
I am the greatest wizard who ever lived, Mordred. But let me tell you this. In Avalon, even my powers have limits.
What
That
I'm
is true,
still
both
trying
of
to
it, Merlin.
understand is the nature of the powers that brought me here. Fear me, hate me, despise me, revere me. I don't care. All that matters is that the realms...
All right. So that's the big bad evil guy here. 500 hit points. Wait. 900. Ooh, okay, that's a lot of hit points actually.
I could be of some help, I suppose.
Slow down. Thank you. You attack your friends. Oh, that's a good idea.
Your command.
This will prevent a challenge for all of them to not move forward.
I could be of some help, I suppose.
1, 2, 3. Big AP. stunning this guy. Charge in. Mordred is standing on business here. I don't want to yet teleport to someone. So Balin just carefully stands
You must
behind
be
his
really
friend.
desperate.
At your
That
service, my
will
lord.
take care of all of the stupid archers, and we're good.
I could be of some help, I suppose.
3 more spells. Look, this here would be a clean kill of all 3.
I fight for honor.
There we go.
For
That's
king
more than you
and
can ask
country.
for, to be entirely fair. Now this is going to
For my Camelot.
be a bit tougher to get through him. How hard does he hit? Not that hard, all things considered.
Let me cut you to size.
Your command?
You must be really desperate.
Blind him.
What's it
Moves up.
gonna be?
I can take them all.
At your service, my lord.
Good. We're just waiting over there. Oh, uh-oh. Forgot that one shield guard, but that's okay. It's one of those cases
Your
you think
command?
I'm trapped in here with you? Well, think again, you're trapped in here with me.
At your service, my lord.
That, bit of
I
that,
could be of
and how
some
many
help,
more spells?
I
11.
suppose.
Doing a few casts here
Your
and there.
command.
For my Camelot.
For king and country.
Very good. We could freely kill him.
I fight for honor.
Take one of them out. just provide a little bit extra armor,
I
and we
could
should
be
be
of some
okay.
help, I suppose.
Time to feed the ravens.
Stun one of them.
For my Camelot.
And Mordred just stays
command?
there.
For king and country. For Avalon. For honor.
Would that teleport me in? No. That, on the other hand, would.
Kneel before your king.
Your orders?
I fight for honor.
Good. We haven't lost a single bit of vitality. I think only very, 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 very minor temporary hit point losses. My verdict on this team is the same as it always has been. It's too strong. It's not that I'm not enjoying it, but I think if I was to play this team in every single mission, you guys would not like it. Because whilst there is a certain fun in curb stomping the enemy just as hard as we did, it gets repetitive and old quite quickly. Loot wasn't really that good. Although this might be not too bad. 5% block is super good. Let's just compare. So, regain 3 hit points whilst outnumbered, reflect damage, physical debuff. I mean, his is also really, really good. 5 block is nothing to sneeze at. But I think Mordred's is better. Since it also has 1 tile for guard, I think we might actually take it here. It's a close one. I like the temporary hit point expiry because Pelias doesn't really deal a whole lot of damage, but 5 block in itself is good. That is great. 10 block against range attacks, fantastic. 3 unbreakable armor is good because he didn't have that much armor, and the guard is good as well. Okay. Speaking of which, we power leveled the 3rd group because they were level 20, and I really like those night tournaments where you can catch up. I think they are a great addition as a building. Generally, the trainings building is fantastic. So Pelias, since we were talking about him, we just got him the battering ram, which we could do less cooldown, super armor breaking, and weakness. It's all good. I like his physical hit points and physical damage reduction. Potentially armor, hardened armor would be very, very good. And recuperates likely also not bad. He's missing a couple of key skills at the moment. He's quote-unquote just a defender standing there. And I've spent a lot of just points into, say, defensive passive stats. We could get Flurry. Shield charge is easy. That's just a great option to position ourselves. But then again, we oftentimes let enemies come to us. So it feels that hardened armor might be the right thing. Lancelot, I'll come to him last because, boy, he's kind of all over the place. This boy is a mess. Bedivere, what do we want to do with him? So, for those who weren't aware, I put Sartigas back here and subbed in Bedivere, mainly also for the loyalty and so on. He automatically, because Old Faith Old Faith's morality, he's almost automatically maxed. And I want to test if this here could be a heavy armor type of team. Like, he wears heavy armor, he wears heavy armor, he wears heavy armor as the only Vanguard. He doesn't have jump, but I think he can play very nicely as well, thanks to the berserking. Once you take that, you're basically just using standard abilities, and that's about it. He has a lot of interesting traps, which I could increase further if I wanted to. I think the movement AP might be not too bad for him as well, just to give him better access to where he wants to be. He seems to me like the type of character that wants to be in the back line, like really, really bad. Bear traps also, like that handy trap would be good. It will reduce our traps down to 3, but that's just, let's say round 1, you put 3 traps out there, and 3 bear traps, that is, for 1 AP each. I mean, that's a good option, and then it's pretty much fire and forget from there. I don't think that scaling him into trapping is the right way to go. We've scaled deep into sprint, where we have lower cooldown, ignore attacks of opportunity, because he does not, like Boudica for instance, have quick-footed or master assassin. So he still has 2 AP hiding, but sprint auto hides you at the end, and it only has 2 turns cooldown. So that's really neat. But once he's in the back line, like, he needs to get stuff done, and I hope that with his strikes he can actually do that. He does have good height and so on, that's all fine. Berserking should really carry him. He does not have a rage, but I think the extra weapon damage here, that can really hit home hard. Extra movement, kind of almost leaning into extra movement, but we already have perception, so this would really just be 1 movement. Do I want to go for the traps? I don't know, man. Throwing dagger isn't bad. Already low AP cost. 100% weapon damage, could deal more damage, and could hit an additional target. That might actually be worth an upgrade. The other option is we're going for more hit points, because he is heavy armor wearer now. Let's take that here and try to make more use out of the throwing weapon. He does have a good weapon, so we should be okay with that. Sir Geraint does come in Old Faith Rightful, so like, he is super good. Dodge the first attack would be great. I think that melee attack each turn. Here we do have the first ranged attack, which in itself isn't bad either. There is a part in me that wants to go for Poison Bomb, just so that we have an extra skill. Then there is a part of me that wants to use Search more often so that we can actually reduce the cooldowns of our skills. With Hunter, we certainly can dish out quite a beating for larger enemies. I think this here is a no-brainer. 20% damage against shocked targets, because many of them will be shocked. That increases his damage drastically. Armor piercing is nice. That will be increasing his damage as well. The other option is just ignore first ranged attack. That'll keep a lot of the plates intact. Or hit an additional enemy with a Forked Lightning. I think we're taking that. Because that means more shock targets and everything else is good. So now we come to Lancelot. I kept him for the last because Lancelot's kind of a headache champion to me. He wants to be alone and in the middle of it, but he does not have the tools to fully support that. Damage focus, yes, can see that. Just wait it out every single second turn, then charge in and kill one enemy. But is this really the life that Lancelot wants to live? Or is there more to it? Ice Aura is what we skilled, so that's good. I mean, the Radiance cooldown reduction, we already got that. We could AP reduce. It's kind of interesting because we would do Radiance often, suppose. Then the heat of the battle, not that interesting because I really don't think that he will be fighting against 2+ enemies at the front line all by himself. Area damage could be something because this is area damage, this is area damage. But that is all the area damage he has. No, wait. Ice Aura is area damage. Well, it's actually not too bad. Those two can deal quite a bit of damage. And 20% extra is quite a bit. Vulnerability. This here, I think, is what we need. 2 turns. He gets 4 unbreakable armor. I think that's a no-brainer because we need to improve his survivability. That's the real kicker here. And maybe I need to go into thick-skinned. I hate it because the character has so much to offer. It feels like I'm building another tank. But what should I do? He's getting pounded left and right. Yes, of course you can say, you know what, Syken, more damage will solve it. But okay, cool. Then let's go down that train of thought. Where would the more damage come from? I could do a little bit movement. Once he is engaged, then the movement no longer offers you anything. Okay, defensive, bleeding. Do we really think that the little bit of bleeding here is going to massively turn the tides in his favor? Yeah, I didn't think so either. Okay, here we could get quite a bit of damage from. However, that means he would need to stay behind, and then he comes out swinging. Like he saves, say, 6-7 AP. Gets 30% weapon damage, a few more AP, and gets 2 good swings in. Okay, that's what I said. This is the life that Lancelot wants to live. And the problem is he doesn't really have rage. And by standing behind someone or in the second line, the whole lone wolf thing is sort of not there. Could get 2 unbreakable armor. That's actually 3 armor here or 2 unbreakable. I think I'm taking the unbreakable one because Mr. Lancelot does have a problem. with people breaking his armor. Anyway, so train of thought back. Where would the damage come from? Like Lone Wolf gives you 20% more damage. Okay, then this here maybe a 20%, and that's it. Like that's the whole damage. Again, stunned and slow effects. He gets more effect out of that. Well, I mean, I hate to break it to you, but we have a bit of chill. The only stun that we have, to my understanding, is this here. Power attack. And there is no slow. So that extra stun is pretty much, it doesn't fit the kit. So, and then we do have AoE damage improvement. I don't think that really warrants or justifies anything. I believe next level what we could do, we do have Ice Aura. We do have Ice Aura, so maybe we're just working with Ice Aura and the other chill effects. Maybe we go into extra AoE damage. Maybe. That's the other option. We're also skilling damage focus because sometimes due to his strikes costing 4, there is 1 or 2 AP left over. So that's an easy 10% weapon damage on bad turns, and on good turns it's a little bit more than that. Overwatch is something that he regularly does, so that would count as extra weapon damage for next turn, and would even give him some strength. So maybe he's just going to use that a bit more. But yeah, as you can already hear, like a bit on the more difficult side. I want to get to here, +2 range for range skills first, so that's the first one that I want to free up. Anything else is really whatever. Good, Merchant. Ignore 100% of units block value. Enemies hit by melee attack cannot make attacks of opportunity. That's not bad. 6 damage against poison units. +5 damage for area attacks. Does she have a lot of area? Well, she does have some with this here. That's a good sword. That's a really good sword. Then we do have greater staff, knockback, damage against units further away, armor breaking, and force bolt. Would be good if we wouldn't already have something decent. Yeah, that sword is actually good. We shouldn't pass on it, in my opinion. Can't make attacks of opportunity. Ignores 100% of the unit's block value. That's huge. Damage against poisoned units is increased. The question is, who should be getting that? Bedivere doesn't really have a lot of area effects. She actually does have some. And we also do have a bit of poisoning. She does have some. Well, that's single target. Maybe she does not have that many. Trying to make the whole area attack work. I think Mordred, funnily enough, with his lightning cleave and potentially flurry and chain lightning, is the one that most benefits from it. He does not poison anyone, but this is a good weapon. Specifically, ignore the block value. On the other hand, his current weapon applies vulnerability and has more damage to base attacks. Yeah, I think it's better than Isolde's weapon. It's likely better than his weapon. Although the taunted value is nice, but I think we can give it to Pelias. Pelias already had very low AP, and getting 2 stolen is maybe pushing it too much. Good. In terms of trainings ground, Team 1 will occupy that for a long period of time. And since we have seen Team 2 and Team 1 so far, we might want to take Team number 3 out for a bit of a ride. Ooh, these are the Sealy. That's going to be rough for Team 3. We're figuring it out. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. See you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye bye, guys.